I'm Father Bob Stokig, the rector of the Guardian Angel Cathedral in Las Vegas, Nevada, coming to you with another one of our weekly reflections. This for February 5th, which is the fifth Sunday in Ordinary Time this year. Both the first reading and the Gospel this week are call stories. And one of the things that I was reflecting on in preparing for this recording is the way in which our world has experienced shortages within professions because of the pandemic. Locally, that's hit our school district, our bus drivers. Certainly, worldwide, it's hit the medical profession. When we think of what it is to respond to a call, we're comforted when there are trained, dedicated people in any workforce. And I think similarly, we can think about our call to follow Jesus in that light. Sometimes we want to outsource that call to professionals. Let's let priests or religious take care of that. And yet, that's another area in which we experience shortages within those ministries. The real fact of the matter is the call is not just a call to belief, it's a call to ministry. And while that may be formal ministry as an ordained or employed person within the church, most likely it's going to be that ministry we exercise within our daily lives. So how do you follow Jesus? Well, what do you do in your daily life? It could be as simple as standing up for what is right in your workplace, or as complicated as trying to change our world to better reflect the values that Jesus preached in the multifaceted ways in which we're called to be engaged in our world. To follow is different than being a fan. We can admire Jesus from afar and never let it affect the way in which we live our lives, and yet that's not what the gospel call has in mind. We think 20 years into the future, 40 years into the future, 100 years into the future, who will be there to proclaim that gospel to the generations that follow us? Well, the truth is, that's up to us today. For if we are not proclaiming the gospel by the way in which we live our lives and by the way in which we engage others around us, what's to guarantee that there will be followers behind us? When we think of being called to follow Jesus, I invite you this year to think about it in terms of that supply chain issue we've had in various ways in our pandemic. When one part or another is affected by a shortage of people to do the job, to provide what we need, we sometimes find an empty shelf in our supermarket. Likewise, if all of us shoulder the responsibility of proclaiming the gospel by being true followers of Christ, our world would likely look very different than it does today. A lot to think about, but I encourage you to do so. Wherever you are as you watch this reflection, we hope you and your family are well. We here at the Guardian Angel Cathedral in Las Vegas keep you and them in our prayers, and we invite you to do the same with us and our community as we look forward to a time when you might be able to join us in person, physically, to celebrate our mutual call to be followers of Jesus, especially as we express it in our liturgy.